Merhaba arkadaşlar, kaldığımız yerden Kingdom Come Deliverance'a devam ediyoruz. En son burayı bulmuştuk. Gidelim bakalım. Şurada incele çıktı.
An axe to deal with the supports and the planks at the entrance. A spade and bucket to clear away fallen earth and free up the entrance. Everything's ready for escape whenever needed. The Roothards really left nothing to chance.
Yavaş yavaş gidiyoruz. Japon'u kurtarmaya gidiyoruz. Büyük savaş çıkacak herhalde ya. Burada bir şey yok. Yarasa. Yaramazsa burada olmaz zaten.
The ladder Rosa mentioned. In an escape, it'd be enough to pull it up, and that'd leave any pursuers stuck. I just hope it can hold one attacker.
Umarım kırılmaz. O merdiveni aklımızda tutalım da yukarı çekeceğiz kaçacağımız zaman.
Damn it, that's cold.
Tam bir yere gideyim diyor. Oo, su buz gibi.
This must be the door Rosa was talking about. Here are the iron cleats and the barrier beam, just like she said. When Capon and me are escaping, we can board it up so they can't follow us. Eternal praise to the Roothards and their ingenuity.
Oba, gerilim müziği çalmaya başladı.
This looks like it could be the wall of the Malashov cellars. There's no going back. This is it. All right then. Courage, Henry. Courage. You can do this. This is going to take a while.
Hepsini bekleyeceğiz mi böyle ya? Bir görsel olsa böyle. Ha. Haydi.
And Ruthard and Liechtenstein are turning the Kuttenberg houses against us.
Bavag will deal with Ruthard. But Liechtenstein is
Lan
your
bunlar gibi
concern.
giymemiz lazımdı.
How come you haven't caught him yet?
He's slippery as an eel. He's hiding somewhere in the Jewish quarter. I sent spies to track him down, but they never came back.
Flush him out of that hole of his. For fuck's sake!
Aa, o şerefsiz de
Why
orada.
such concern, Otto? Kuttenberg is ours. Sigismund has the reins firmly in his hands.
He's got fuck all in his hands. Sigismund thought at first he'd come to terms with his brother Wenceslas, clear the way for him to the imperial throne, and take the Bohemian throne for himself. But Wenceslas couldn't even get off his drunken ass and go to Rome for the coronation. And now, the glory.
Bu arada biz hani bu herif bizi birini öldürmeye gönderdi de onu yalan söyleyip kaçmasını sağladık ya. Hikaye gereği onun doğru karar vermişiz orada bak. Birinin oğlu hani bunlara saldırmışlardı.
Glorious Hungarian king has fallen for Jobst and his damned truce. He's been taken in by that
Gözlerim niye
treacherous
yaşardı?
turncoat.
Jobst betrayed Wenceslas. Then Sigismund. And now us. He fooled all of us. But what can he really do against us?
I'll tell you what. While pretending to parley, he incensed the Hungarian nobles against Sigismund.
Surely Sigismund's army can deal with that inconvenience.
Ha! He was paying his Cumans by letting them pillage Bohemia. He set half the people against him in the country he wants to rule. And now, there is nothing left to...
Evet, saçları biraz düzelttik. Şimdi devam edebiliriz. Götüm haberi oraya takılıyor çünkü.
While we are shuffling our feet here, Jobst is surely mustering...
Topluyoruz orayı, topluyoruz. Gel sen gel.
What are we going to do?
Seni
We've
de
got
öldüreceğim
cable.
şerefsiz.
That'll keep Hanush and the Lipa people at bay. If they ever want to see their heir alive.
Jobst has Liechtenstein mustering other allies for him. We get him in our grasp, and Jobst will be like a fish out of water in Bohemia.
I'll drag him out of that Jewish den with my own two hands. Count on me, sir.
Şu diğer herife
The
saldırı
betrayers of
planlıyorlar.
Christ, hiding a betrayer. They are rich. All that's needed is a good pretext.
The Kuttenbergers will be quite happy if their debts to those usurers happen to go up in smoke.
Yeah.
You're learning fast, young man.
The gate open. A horseman, sir.
Hanush is out of the game. The Kuttenbergers are taken care of and will catch Liechtenstein.
Kim lan?
You'll see, my friend. Good times are coming.
Your Graces, King Sigismund is convening the town council, but first he requests your presence at the Sedlitz monastery, without delay.
What's all the urgency about?
Surely you must know that yourself, sir. The captives fled Trotsky Castle and killed Istvan Toth while escaping.
What? That's not possible. That's a lie.
It is true, Lord Toth is dead.
Ha, ben öldürdüm. Köpeği niye öldürüyorsun? Piç.
Who? Speak!
The messenger said something about Cobbler's bastard and some outlaws.
I swear, by everything that is holy,
Ha,
I
yaparsın.
will find that horse and I will rip out its heart!
Jesus. What's with that boy?
Nereye gidin oğlum?
Sir
Burada iş.
Istvan was like a father to him. We better go.
Ne babası
Bring the
anasını satayım.
horses.
Sevgili değil miydi onlardan?
Shame about that dog.
Köpeğin ne suçu var? Pezevenk. Yardı ikiye köpeği. Ben seni de öyle bir öldüreceğim ki. Dur bakalım. Dur bakalım.
Luck was on my side. Now to find Capon and get out of here.
Zaten burada kaydetmiştim.
Garrison is slightly weakened now. So, be extra alert on your watch.
If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the whip.
You got it, Conrad.
Jeppo, I'll send Hyman to the gate. He'll be in charge of the southern and eastern fortifications.
All right, Conrad. I'll get right on it.
France,
Bunlardan biri gibi giyinmemiz lazım. Nasıl yapacağız o işi?
you don't fall asleep during the night watch. I don't worry. Dress if you know your orders. You'll be sorry if you don't. Dismissed. And don't drink too much.
Got it, comrade.
Vitek, that card is starting to get on my fucking nerves.
I understand. I'll get right on it.
And tell Drahomira it's getting late, so she won't forget to take food to our honored guests. I gave her the key so I wouldn't have to fuck around with it myself. Don't worry.
All right. Huh? Enemy in the fort!
Ha siktir ya. Bayılt dedim, bayıltmadı ya.
Lord von Berghoff had to leave on important business for King Sigismund, and he took a small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get
Bunun gibi giyinmemiz lazım. Oldu galiba. Bir deneyeceğiz.
Wait!
I'm going for the gun.
Don't go anywhere.
Forgive, I wasn't expecting.
Thank you. Tell me,
True, sir. Some very important. Lord von Burgo can tell you more.
I would like to talk to it. Would it be possible?
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sure we can. I'll gladly reward.
Well, perhaps. Here's the key from his room.
Thanks very
Oha.
much. I'd like to stay in the.
Certainly, sir.
All right.
Wait a moment. Here. See.
Very well. That'll be all.
Söyledi lan hemen yerini. Vay anasını satayım. Kalenin en üst katında dedi. Nereden gideceğiz oraya reis?
My luck keeps up, it'll all be over soon.
Where the hell did you come from?
I feel quite hungry.
Çok ışık olunca fark ediyor şerefsizler. Lan nerede kaydettik ki biz bunu, inşallah oradan geri almaz. Hayda. Bizim ne yapmamız lazım biliyorsunuz mu? Şimdi halledebiliriz.
Wait.
I don't know. I'm going.
Don't go.
I wasn't
Thank you. Tell me,
true, Lord Von.
I would like to. Would it be possible?
I'm sorry.
I'm sure I'll gladly.
Well, perhaps here's the key from it.
Thanks very much. I'd like to stay.
Certainly.
All right.
Wait here.
Very well. That'll be all.
Ali anahtarını falan da aldık. Tamam. Şimdi abi sakin sakin gideceğiz. Buradan gidemeyeceğiz anlaşılan. Şuradan gidelim. En üst kata. Bu nasıl kale lan? Böyle kale mi olur? Şu kadar. Şuradan gideceğiz.
Enemy in the fortress! Sound the alarm!
Calm down. I surrender.
Now you'll see what we do
Calm
with
down.
criminals,
I
bastard!
surrender. Ah!
Amına kodum, teslim olduk diyoruz. Niye vuruyorsun daha? Şerefsiz. Belki para vereceğim, adamı kandıracağım ya. Orası biraz sıkıntı belli ki.
Well, I'll get my hands on them sooner. Anyway, pay attention now. I don't want to repeat everything I told the fellas up there. So I'll keep it short. Lord Von Berlin rode out. No, now you don't have to work all that. You don't want to lose the head
Huh?
of your eyes.
Did I imagine it? I must...
Hey, I don't know you.
Something.
You're not from the garrison.
Wait!
Who the hell are you? I'm going for. Mind you, I thought. Then you should have. Forgive me. Tell me what. That's correct, but no. He's away. Sorry. Who's this? Well. Very well. Yes, sir. Are you right in the head? Sod off with that weapon. You were beginning to make me nervous.
Eh?
Irgat da laf atıyor. Irgat'ı da öldürmek lazım o zaman. Orası biraz sıkıntılı. Onlar gibi giyinmedik mi abi? Niye sıkıntı oluyor onu anlamadım.
Enemy in the fortress. Sound the.
Tamam, arkadan bunu da indireceğiz belli ki. Buralar biraz arkadaşlar şey oluyor, kusura bakmayın. Söndüremiyoruz mu ya?
Hey.
Bizim pantolonumuz farklı galiba. Dur bakayım. Yo.
Siktir, siktir, siktir, siktir.
Kaydet abi oyunu.
Aren't you supposed to be keeping watch and polishing the armor
Hey, what are you pouring in there? Stop that now! Hey, get him! We're gonna get you, you horseman!
Now you'll see what
Show
we
your
do with
stuff.
criminals, bastard! Go fuck yourself!
Dur abi şöyle yapacağız o zaman. Birincisini bayılttık ya, ikincisini de bayıltmak lazım. Diğer türlü sıkıntı anlaşılan. Veya bayıltmadan gireceğiz içeri. Nasıl gireceğiz bilmiyorum. Hatta kadını da bayıltsak. Kadını bayıltamıyoruz. Şuradan aşağı atamıyor mu lan adamı?
All right. What?
Nasıl işe yaramadı bu sefer ya? Yanlış geri yükleme yapıyor muhtemelen.
Enemy in the
No! I give up!
Oho, kaç tane adam çıkıyor burada ya. Belli etmeden dışarı atmamız, dışarı atabiliyoruz mu onu bir bakmam lazım, denemem lazım. O surlardan aşağı atabiliyorsak çok iyi. Bir de bizi fark etmemeleri lazım artık. Bir de ben şu an onları benziyor mu anlamadım ki ben. Onu burada bir seçtirseymiş otomatik güzel olurmuş. Şu mu acaba? Bu olabilir. Bu sefer de oradaki piç gördü ya.
Okay. Huh. What?
Haydi. Ben orada neyi yanlış yapıyorum artık ya? Hançer olsa direkt hançerleri biliriz gerçi. Tövbe tövbe, Ramazan'da gösterdiği şeye bak. Hançerim nerede abi? Benim hançerim vardı ya. Heh. Şimdi onu hançerleyeceğim.
I must be mad. Enemy in the fortress!
Oğlum seni var ya kafanı kıracağım ya. Şurada yeni bir yedek kayıt alalım. Yedek diyorum sektörel şeyden dolayı. Kayıt. Save. No backup. Save. Kaldır abi, kaldır. Sakın bakma. Hadi atabiliyorum ol. Niye atamıyorum buradan dışarı? Kalkma lan, otur. Aşağıda birileri var mı acaba? Gayet abi, birinden kurtulduk. Yine bir iki ölümsüz kanlarım ama temizleyelim. Siktir. Uyuyan var mı lan, ben görmüyorum. Bu ne? Uyuyan yok herhalde, ben görmüyorum çünkü. Siktir.
What the? Now you're gonna die.
Ya burada illa savaşacağız mı galiba ya?
Punishment by the blade. Watch your look.
Bir dakika abi. Nerede benim o modum? Nerede benim o modum? Ha, şimdi gel.
Go fuck.
Gelin lan sırayla. Hepsini buraya topladık. İyi oldu aslında.
Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard.
You're no
Calm
match
down.
for us.
I surrender.
Yok teslim değil, teslim değil.
Punishment by the blade. You too. I've been waiting.
Gelin.
I'm all yours.
Gel, gel. Bir şey de görünmüyor da gel.
Punishment by the blade.
Ne diyorsun lan, tek sen mi kaldın burada? Bitti mi hepsi? Durun lan, geçemiyorum. O kadar adam öldürdüm ki geçemiyorum artık. Bitti hepsi bunların. Şu an rahatız galiba. Alayınızı öldürürüm lan. Köpekler. Ha, bura mıymış? Lan bir de tuzak var. Yok. O ne lan? Lan Japon bize saldıracak değil mi?
What is
Bakın lan.
happening? Who are you? Quiet.
Bu kim lan?
If you make a peep, we're done for.
Henry?
Good God, Henry.
How did you... What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? Hunting boar? Came to save your noble arse.
My noble ass thanks you. Oh, how did you get here?
I'll tell you later. Who's this?
Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. At your service.
Brabant led the defense at Kuttenberg. He's Sigismund's prisoner, same as me.
And I came very close to holding the town. Besides...
There's no time for chit-chat. He's our ally. We can't leave him behind. Right, no doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right? Well, let's hear it.
Şimdi nereden kaçacağız oğlum? Plan bu.
Of course I have a plan. I got to the fortress through a secret passageway that all... They know in the fortress now that something... We're lucky von Burgov left the fortress along with von... So I'll take you to that passageway. We'll get to the forest not far from here. I have some horses ready there.
Formidable. I call that an elegant plan. So... Wait. A passage...
Well, it's just a passageway. There's a bit of water in it to wade through, but nothing we can't...
You can forget about... I'm not going through it.
What the fuck?
Let me repeat. It's not...
It is not chivalrous, c'est vrai, but...
Don't worry. Just trust me. I won't allow anything to...
I remember.
Relax.
Henry, I mean it.
All right.
Un moment.
Yes?
And what about horses?
I think there's a couple, yeah.
Très bien. That way, but I think we could get there stealthily. Then you simply open the gate, et voila, we are gone. It may not be the best plan.
That's a wonderful plan. But we need...
Exactement. To have a proper piece of steel in my hand again.
I don't have anything for you.
I certainly hope...
Merde.
We don't have... If someone tries...
Are you sure?
Je suis d'accord.
Don't you...
We don't...
C'est vrai.
Right then.
And how we...
The stable...
Agreed.
But you must...
True.
Précisément.
Right.
Brabant.
Ya oğlum hepsini öldürdüm zaten ya.
I'll go to the window and wait for Henry's signal.
I think it would be better if you watch the stairs.
Why's that?
You are younger. You have better hearing.
You said you once discovered a dozen English spies. So you can surely handle one stairway.
I discovered them.
Go to the horses.
Sure, let's go.
Aferin lan, yolu biliyorum. Hadi bakayım de. Kapıdan kaçtık resmen ya. O çatı katında herkesi öldürdüğüm iyi oldu bak. Beklenmedik bir şey oldu ama güzel plan oldu.
I must admit, mes amis, the last time I have had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France.
We, monsieur, are surely brave, and fortune favors the brave. Free at last!
Ha şimdi vurulursun. Dikkat et.
Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. The best I can
Aa,
wish
Lady'nin kitabını
After today,
almadık.
you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service.
Ulan Lady'nin kitabını niye almadık ki?
Mon brave Henri.
Geri dönüp alsak mı? Şurayı bir kaydet abi. Şurası neresi de bakalım.
Brabant, keep watch by the stairway. I'll go to the window.
Stop!
Benim bir kitap almam lazım. Bekleyin. Durun bir bekleyin. Sıçacağım ağzına şişin şimdi. Şimdi... Kırmızı deri altın süslemeli. Bekleyin burada. Hiçbir yere ayrılmayın. Tamam mı? Benim bir kitap bulmam gerekiyor. Bekle lan. Lazım olabilir. Aha bu değil mi? Tamam aldık işte. Süper.
Go to the horses.
Sure.
Hadi gidiyoruz.
Not yet. First I have to get Sir Hans to the horses. Not yet. First I have to get Sir Hans to the horses.
Tamam. Kitabı da aldık. Lady'ye kitabı da getirelim. Ama kitabı önce bir bakmayak mı ya?
Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier...
Tamam oğlum tamam ya. Çok şey etmeyin ya. Kitaplar.
Aventurier et voyageur.
Ben şu lanet isimden bir değiştiremiyor mu burada? Soylu kıyafetlerimi giyeyim geri. Şöyle çıplak çıplak dolaşmayalım. Bu pek olmadı gibi diye. Neyse. Kısa kaputonlu ceket. Şunu alsak. Şövalyeyiz oğlum. Süslü giymeye gerek yok.
And I have an excellent idea. In your honor, I shall name my new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vauquelin?
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin... Would you mind if I just call you Brabber?
Brabant. En.
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not tenant in any art or conversation.
Ne diyorsun lan?
But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's troubling you, Sir Hans?
What do you think? It all turned to shit again, and I ended up in captivity. I'm thankful at least that Hanush won't have to pay von Bergov a ransom for me. I'd never live that down. But I'll still have to listen to another lecture
Ha,
from
yine
you
biz
about how
yükseldik aslında onu kurtarıp.
Or do you have a different feeling about our Trotsky mission?
True. Not everything went according to plan. Actually, almost nothing went to plan. But at least I finally got revenge on Istvan. That Horston got what he deserved. Believe me.
By Christ, you got Istvan! That's welcome news. No one will miss that fucker.
Biri özlüyor.
Nice work, but I don't think that'll help me much with Hanush.
Jobst is hatching his plans. Soon we'll kick Sigismund out of this country, and I think the bold Sir Hans will still have a chance to prove himself.
Mais oui! I must meet your Jobst de Moravie. I have some clever ideas about how to strike against le roi Sigismund.
Yeah, you go and chat with Jobst. At least I can get good and drunk in the meantime. We should spur the horses on. God knows, they might be hot on our heels. Yeah! Christ, wounds. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have
Chapon.
yet to participate in a real
Japon değil,
battle.
Japon.
But I fought against
Japon.
les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or la Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war, it's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bakalin. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard. Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible, so we can save as much as we can.
Yes, but we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon. You should apply to the Faculty of Arts before the muse lifts you again.
Here!
Ne anlatıyorsunuz oğlum? O ordu geliyor. Aa, bizimkiler geldi.
Of all the bandits in the whole wide world, we run into this pair of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now...
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy.
My boy.
Word reached Rat-Eye that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
No sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light, only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all our men and took everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end, didn't you?
Von Berghoff received us and heard us out. It seemed like he was on our side. We even helped him out several times. Until we found out he was just stringing us along. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zhishka is actually our ally.
Zhishka. He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to see him again.
Bu kim lan?
But if only it didn't have to be in Rapors. Why Rapors? Of all the places in the world.
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned.
Like how in the devil...
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former rulers of Malashov.
Ulrich Favak?
Well, he won't be for long. If it comes to light that he's been put...
It seems you've been...
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Bergov in...
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markgraf von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least...
Now, if we had one of our people, we'd get Sigismund's plans nice...
My very words. Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return and try to worm your way into...
What? How can I get in there?
You've got the dirt on Vavak. Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber...
It's worth a try.
I hope that assembly really... If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes...
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long face. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in...
If I come back and find you there under...
T'inquiète, I will go as well.
Hans? Who's this?
Kim bu?
Vaclin Brabant. He was a captive of...
In that case, he'll be a...
You don't know what you're promising, Baron.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself. As soon as you can do so without raising...
He'll manage it, but now we really...
Say...
Adieu et bonne chance.
And to you.
Kılıcı vermedik. Kaldık gene sap gibi ya.
I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
Şuraya hızlı bir seyahat yapalım. Yolda yol...
Hey, unless you want to end up the same way, keep going.
This is going to cost you dearly.
Fuck off now, unless you want to end up dead.
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit.
Amına.
No, you don't. I'm just getting warmed up.
Şerefsizler. Neyse bizim hikaye devam ediyor en azından. Onlar oraya gitti. Japon kurtardık. Şurada ne vardı oraya ben niye... At pazarı mı vardı orada? Neyse devam edelim.
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Bir hamama gitse miydik ya?
Whoa, whoa.
Pardon. burası tamam değil mi lan? Dur bir hamama gireyim ben.
The guests aren't happy with you.
Hamam sahibi.
Leave me be. I ain't going to.
Less man. I'd like to
Certain.
tend to my...
As you would.
I'm glad.
Great.
Beni tanımadınız mı oğlum hala? Bütün dünya duydu ismimi. Siz duymadınız mı?
There, all better. I hope that's all your aches and pains taken care of. And take better care of yourself out there, friend.
Eyvallah hocam. Buradan çıkabiliyoruz mu? Çanlar kimin için çalıyor?
Think your ma teach you not to enter other people's courtyard.
Tamam çıktım. Yanlış kırdım zaten. Gerizekalı. Nereye gitmem gerekiyordu ya? Ne yapıyorsunuz lan?
What did I do to you?
Kapının önünde niye bekliyorsun salak?
Hear ye! Andreas Plummel, bailiff of Kuttenberg, and the council as a whole.
Neredeydi bunların sarayı? Şurasıydı değil mi? Muhafız. Şu belediye kitabını verelim.
Good
Leydim.
morning, Henry.
Good health to you, Lady Rosa. By the way,
My favorite book.
as I wandered through the fortress, and there it lay.
You really found it. By the way, did you have any time to leave?
Actually not.
That's too bad. I think
Asiktir. Dur. 16.39. Madem istiyorsun okuruz. Rahat ol. Ben onu okuyacaktım zaten. Kızın gözüne girelim.
watch where you're going.
Hadi bir okuyalım onu. Kitap. Bu ne lan? Ben doğru kitabımı okuyorum. Dayı,
Hey!
nereye gidiyorsun?
Where's that beer?
Ne birası lan?
What did I do to you? I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Kapatma kapıyı, dur ben gireyim önce. Nasıl sıyrıldım ama? Şah oradayım, şah buradayım.
Hear ye! Andreas Plummel, bailiff of Kuttenberg, and the council as a whole.
Kent çığırganı. Adamın mesleği çığırganlık. Ortalık bok dolu, biz boka basıyoruz habire ya.
I don't know what you said to the Midmaster, but he left here looking like...
Eyvallah.
Good morning, Henry.
Good to see you, Lady Rosa.
Keşke iltifat etseydik, yine yapmadık.
By the way,
My favorite book.
as I wandered through the fort, and there it lay.
You really found it.
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
Well, the author doesn't spare anyone. I wonder if he holds anything at all sacred.
Sure he does. Courage, honor, loyalty. A writer is interested in what lies because it's much more...
Hold on.
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing...
Me?
How should I know? poetry.
That's a tempting notion.
Wouldn't you want to at least...
I suppose I'm not quite sure.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish...
Oo, çok iyi fikir.
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers.
My pleasure.
Haydi.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute.
Both?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. I'll take careful notes of it.
Well, being a...
Why not?
You mean I have to think of...
You don't need to, but try to describe...
There've already been enough heroes, saints.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you.
Make him a do-gooder. But he can also...
Very well.
That sounds...
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Especially when that person doesn't...
And what's wrong with that? Would you prefer for...
No, but putting your bad habits on...
Do you know anyone without...
Of course not. Whenever I thought...
Who, for example?
I don't need to look far.
What actually happened?
Spencer was a hothead. He kept Father explained to him in vain that to respond to such... Actually, Spencer went to defend the...
Tell me more about...
Father is... the last Rutard in Kuttenberg. After that, he doesn't want to go down in history as the weak Rutard.
All right.
Wise, but it's hard to blame him.
Tell me more about your brother.
I had always thought Venser was determined, except he was really more stubborn. And not a day goes by when I do not think of him.
Was he the one who...
Yes. And also to ride a
küfür
horse.
etme.
Cursing 3...
And Kunzlin certainly also...
Naturally. As a father, he lost a son.
You speak as if he didn't even...
If they hadn't quarrelled, Spencer might still be here today. Back to work.
What if he were a bit of a womanizer?
And that strikes you as an I will engage in no such...
He could be born...
That's a good idea. That would be a joy to...
Çapkınlığı kabul etmedi.
Well?
Not yet.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper... Especially if you'll be...
What?
Have you ever seen a heron?
A heron?
Well, your suffering is over. Don't worry. You can blame me for all the mistakes. So what about that story of ours?
I haven't read it yet.
Well, go make amends.
Ha, kitabı oku diyor. Okuyalım. Nereye yazdım? Bir aşçı yaşarmış. Adı Wisborg'muş ve bir öğlen efendisi için yemek olarak balıkçı pişiriyormuş. Kuş çoktan kızarmış ve aşçının yanında olması için biraz taze ekmek kesiyormuş ki çok beğendiği bir hizmetçi mutfağa girmiş. Wisborg ne kadar güzel kokuyor demiş. Kız coşkuyla bana bir but verir misin? Sana hiçbir şey vermiyorum diyerek itiraz etmiş aşçı. Bu efendimiz için bir balıkçı. Yumuşamış bir kıza balıkçının bir butunu vermiş ve yemeğin sofranın hızlıca yemek salonuna girmiş ama efendisi kuşun bir budunun eksik olduğunu derhal fark etmiş. Biz bu muyuz lan? Lady'm.
So what about that story?
Sermons for...
You see? And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job,
Oh, it's pretty...
but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied.
Well... And for that matter...
No beating around the bush. Please do stop by sometime. Perhaps I can show you my collection of...
Oo, bize koleksiyon gösterecek.
You said you could teach...
If you ask nicely, I'll show...
Very well, then.
That depends on what you're in, or if you prefer action. But I warn you in advance. So,
I'd like to... What's the last thing...
you'd better believe...
Kız dur, kaçma hemen. Kız.
Could you teach...
Why not? But I warn... So,
I'd like you to... You shoot like...
I prefer...
Will you teach...
Ama onu da öğret de seninle işimiz bitsin. Bununla aganigi naganigi olmayacak belli ki. Oha, Lady'nin içinden geçti. Sen ne yaptın farkında mısın? Kral, asacaklar seni.
Did you hear who died?
I thought it was old Bart.
Watch where you're going.
Lungs up in the yard again today.
Not a chance. That old coot will outlive us all. No, it was Jan, the beanpole.
Him? B was fit as a fiddle. What happened?
They say he went to bed healthy, but never woke up. It's a mystery.
I have to go now. Take care.
God be with you then.
Şimdi ne yapacağız biz kral? Çıkış nerede lan? Şurada herhalde. Bunun kapısı yok mu ya?
I'm going to see the Mint Master.
Any fool could say that.
I have an appointment.
All right, go.
Bina mı?
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me.
Hold your horses. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to Black.
Call it what you like. I need to get into
The assembly. The one king
Sigismund's just a usurper.
singing Ruthard's song, eh? And tell the...
I want to know what Sigismund tells the council. I hear it'll be important.
You want to spy? Do you know what you're... Forget it.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel?
All right. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately, and that will be the end.
And how about
Are you trying to annoy me? You might have dug up... I'll get you in... You can get into the counties, roughly, although...
Who's this?
Franta's his name. Franta Cool, which reminds me, otherwise you won't be...
What will I need to work?
Fast feet and good manners.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve...
Well, no.
Our usual waiter had a brand new...
Where can I find...
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the... That is...
At the what?
That German ale house.
What would work?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told...
I'll be going then.
Just make sure...
Tanrına itibarım olmasın zaten. Siktir git amına kodumun. Üçkağıtçı pezevengi. Seni de sikeceğim.
I'll be keeping my
How come you weren't in church?
Watch where you're going.
Boka basarak gidiyoruz resmen ya. Şuraya bir asfalt atın ya.
There's something I need from her.
You've got legs, haven't you? Go and see her.
Greetings, friend.
God bless you.
Bless.
Nerede lan?
I'm well.
What? I'm celebrating. Healthy and strong as he.
That's really...
Thanks, friend. You know, for a long time. Then she started, and wouldn't you?
Aye. Herbs can...
Work it did, and I mean, some people. Bollocks, if you ask me. How about you, friend?
Not yet.
True. Children are when they
Biri bizi
grab
dolandırmış,
your
hatırlıyor
finger
musun?
with
Çocuğum
their
oldu, gel
tiny
içelim diye.
little hand. But
Bu muydu lan o?
well,
You too.
farewell, my friend.
Ne oldu lan, bir anda ayıldı.
Careful.
Bu görev neydi de? Kıyafetçi neredeydi abi? Falan mı? Yok. Çıktık galiba oradan. Şurası mı? Değil. Çok küçük bir yerde herhalde bu. Terzi. Şurada terzi varmış.
thread, pins, silk thread.
Sen misin kız?
Leave me alone. I ain't gonna.
Less me. Show me your...
Nothing to your liking, sir?
Aradığım sen değilsin ya.
I know. I know. It's always on my mind.
Don't shove. Barchit, the strongest Barchit from Kashov.
Oh, believe me, it keeps me up at night. But I just can't give it back right now.
Take your pick.
Önce belgeyi mi alacağız acaba? Dur bakayım.
Greetings.
Surely you can wait. Here you are. No more than... And you?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am.
I'm Henry.
I am.
Supposing I took the...
Look here. Them councillors stuffing their... Why would you want to...
Let me put it...
Finally, some... When I count, not to mention...
All right.
To begin with... Look here. Do you have any...
Of course.
All right. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you.
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a Here it is. I look like a prick in it. The main thing is...
Thanks. I won't disgrace you.
Şapka, pantolon,
You
ceket.
better not. What do you want? I ain't gonna...
Less...
Hafızan yok galiba senin kardeş.
Finest leather. Leather...
Önce giyinmem lazım. Burada bir gizlice bir giyineyim mi? Tabii kılıcımın acı hak getirir. Kılıcımın hiç olmayacak. Evet böyle. Burası herhalde. Sen misin?
Franta, cool down.
Franta's not coming.
He got as drunk as a lord.
I might have expected. One, I told him, if that ever... Oh, well, you'll have to take... We can't be without a waiter here. So, have you got Franta's...
Sure.
Everything. You've got a waiter's, a tunic. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need everything as it should be. Do you know what you're due for an inexperienced greenhorn?
Well,
I should certainly... Now listen. A good way, in short, but when one of them, you'll find the pit white to cut.
White or...
But for counsel, when he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be in... We can't allow that to happen.
All right.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with...
Remember
that too. But more importantly, do not... And in general, a good waiter has to be...
Oh? I thought I had to keep...
Well, yes. But only to what end... Understood?
Absolutely.
Correct. And if you manage... But you'll manage.
Can you tell me...
Are you soft in the head? You stand in... Don't pour for Adam of Zarzhitz.
Zarzhitz'e şarap yok.
Red monastery wine, white Tokai by the door to the chapel. Got it?
I know everything.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier...
Bir şey anlamadım. Dur bakalım. Bir şeyler yapacak. Bir şeyler yapacak.
The city reserves urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffenarsenal
There
is
are
a
the
joke.
pictures of wine.
And on top of that, the army was
Hopefully I won't
requisitioned
splash anyone's
from it.
shoes.
Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
You there. I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hennig,
I
the Dry
apologize, sir.
Devil, used
Which
that
one?
thing.
Red, and quickly.
That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when
Come now,
outlaws
waiter.
have
I
better
wanted red.
weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
Sen mi istedin lan şarap?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what
What's that supposed to be?
this is.
I wanted red.
The Dry Devil is running free.
I
There are
apologize,
Hausritter
sir.
everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves.
Are you blind?
With a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up!
I fancy
The king can arrive at any moment.
Refill, boy.
What if he heard you?
What then?
I apologize,
We're sitting
sir.
atop the biggest
wine?
silver heap in
Tokai.
the kingdom.
That's the white.
And we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more
Sir?
than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory.
Well,
King is
thank the
surely aware of
Lord.
it as well.
Alan buna vermeyecektik.
If he waived some of the taxes,
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with our...
Burayı yeniden başlatabiliyoruz mu?
crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around.
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His
I apologize,
Majesty
sir.
thinks about the matter.
Which one?
Maybe
Are
we
you
can change his
colorblind?
mind.
Wait.
Right?
Good, sir.
Well, thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honourable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean bath or brothel?
Signosmut hangisi lan?
Isn't it the
Daha
same
gelmemiş
thing?
ki.
Another drop of wine. So the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far
I'd like to
short of
oblige,
covering all
but
the citizens'
not
needs.
allowed.
You're right, Jerome.
You can keep that
But a woman
slop.
named Betty has showed up
I'm
on
the
Upright.
biggest wine
Wants to
connoisseur
repair the
in
baths that
town.
used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable.
More
but
wine,
I don't
Master
think she
Bailiff?
succeeds.
I have enough
It takes a
wine.
firm
Come
hand.
closer.
Not soft, feminine fingers.
I need something. There is an item in my study that she thought she could wriggle out of it by a silver goblet. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if we'll go and get it, and don't...
I can't.
You're supposed to do what you're told. What's with your...
Just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can
Hawkeye,
get leeches
and a
there
full
for free
cup.
as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a...
Ne istedi bu?
You know what.
I apologize,
So what?
sir.
Going to
Which
the
wine?
baths is neither
Hawkeye.
a civic duty
Wait,
nor
sir.
a right.
Are you
Have you
deaf?
forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to
Another drop of
Arguing
wine.
about
Don't
who's
make me
going to wash
beg.
where and how is a waste of
I'd like to
time.
oblige, but
It's only a
not
waste of
allowed.
time
Do
because
you
we're
see
always
that?
arguing about
Even
the
the
same
waiter
thing.
is having a
Not
laugh
at
at us.
all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his
Abi olan yavşak.
At least until
Bak
His
hiç
Majesty
kımıldamıyor.
honors us with his
Öteceğiz diye
visit.
korkusundan.
And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
And the full
He
cup.
can hate all he wants, as long as
I
he does no
apologise, sir.
damage.
Which one?
Ulrich,
Are you
what have you got to say
colourblind?
about it?
Me?
White.
Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit!
Sir?
You know full well. Everybody knows.
Well-
He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come
Look,
any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me?
Kralı zehirleyemiyoruz mu
Your
burada?
pardon. I demand
full
that
cup.
you...
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I
I'm
apologize, sir.
speaking about the Rutard
Which one?
incident.
Are you
You were there, weren't
colourblind?
you?
Oh,
White?
just a small misunderstanding.
Görmüyor mu oğlum ne
Had
söylediğinizi?
everything settled.
Bitti beyaz şarap.
My ears must be deceiving
Thank
me.
you, waiter.
Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but
Hey,
in
waiter.
this case it
Pour me
really
some
was
monastery
nothing.
wine.
Everyone in the city gossiped about
I
it.
apologize, sir.
I heard
Which
there were
one?
several dead.
And
Did
quickly.
you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
Good, sir.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him,
Well,
the
thank
king
the
himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town.
Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom
I'd
to
like
us.
some monastery
That German
wine.
men
Refill my
is just
cup,
hanging
boy.
around the market looking for trouble.
I apologise, sir.
Don't be ridiculous.
Which wine?
Monastery
Act like you've
red.
never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof.
Don't hang around
We're
me.
not some old
Vanish,
fishwives
you hear
in the
me?
marketplace.
So you will just
you
leave
wish.
it be?
Proven
Sir
offences
Ulrich.
are punished by the
Go.
bailiff.
I don't want
And
to
that's
see you
that.
again.
There are more pressing
ağzına
matters to
sıçacağım.
deal with.
More pressing than the open
White mi
contempt
dedi?
of the whole town garrison. The
White dedi,
guards
değil mi
are
o?
apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
Hey, boy! You can rest assured
word.
the whole town
Refill,
is
sir.
already laughing.
Do you think
at
I
us
come to the
all
council
day
just
long.
to guzzle wine?
So
Come
what
here.
if they have one more reason?
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the... I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and I can't just get up and walk out.
I really should.
A fine sir.
People throw dirt on our work.
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
My cup is empty. Pour me some white.
I'm sorry, sir. Orders from above.
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to
Nerede lan bu
a
kral?
mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with
waiter.
night shifts.
Pour me some
Those
monastery wine.
so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick, and if they do come, their work is
Monastery
shit,
wine.
and you have to pay
Here.
someone else to put it right. It's
About time.
a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you
Eyvah,
are.
sarhoş oldu değil mi?
And
Bir
as for
kadehle.
you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war
Waiter.
going on?
Pour me red wine.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides,
Sir?
I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city
Good.
behind your complaints.
Oh, you do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, my friend, your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me?
You there, lad.
I think not.
A cup of red.
Excuse
and don't
me?
you skimp on me.
You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you
Sir?
bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I
Thank you.
acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the
Nerede lan bu
guards raided
sigisinin?
and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Ona geliyor.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Well. Tipe bak. yapma, bizi görme, fark etmesinler. Şarap dök, şarap. Tanımadı Allah'tan mal.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
İnşallah.
Like this plan of fights!
Oo, bunlara kızıyor. Kaldırım olacak lan buraya.
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at
Ha,
funerals.
burada bunu canlandırıyorsun.
I'd rather be at one than here.
Unpleasant memory.
You have no idea.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser, and you saved my neck and Henry's too.
None of that matters.
Who knows? Maybe that...
You know what? Do you know any of the guests?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers...
Wait a moment. Rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home.
I wouldn't be too sure. But, who's that French...
The great Baron Brabant. He's got more fairy tales than...
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabber. Besides, if he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly...
How does it feel to breathe free air?
What can I say?
Or, until...
No fear of that in my case. Wine...
What do you plan to do now you're out?
What do you think? Get drunk?
Have you perchance forgotten...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the...
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig...
Buranın eski lordu muymuş bu herif?
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among... I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult, and we are both a little... I'm Yehuda, leader, and this is...
Who would rather not be here at all? Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see...
Because we all need to help, and why would they not...
Are you here to arrange some trip?
We have more serious matters to... The situation in the town. You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You want...
Everything in good times.
Did you come to lend money to the...
Not to lend, but to give.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money...
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That...
You know each other.
That would be him. But we did not get off to...
I reckon the two of you would. For a young stripling, he's been through...
Nereden tanıyoruz lan biz Samuel'i?
Supposed to become a blacksmith. And instead...
Wait. A blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone.
My daughter knew him most, and that is...
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
Ne?
And that was all for the best.
Onun oğlum, kardeşimiz mi lan bu?
You should have taken care of me.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own. Henry's real...
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
The boy's blood father denied him.
A person can't choose their parents.
Enough.
Benim kafam karıştı ya. Bu kimin oğlu?
Will you have one?
For that,
Good health.
L'chaim.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Hey! Good health to you.
Baron Vauclin, I am a warrior.
My word.
But no. And I'm
I beg your pardon.
But you're Nicolas, no? The friend of my friend, a likable boy.
How did you end up in prison?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. And only lost it never...
That needs some...
Oh, misère.
You...
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farm... Do tell me about it. No doubt...
My last big battle was in...
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing.
Then, what are you doing here?
You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss? I think not. To recite a
Where have you been?
But of course, if you are interested
Bu
in
çok
my
şey ya,
greatest
kendini beğenmiş.
journeys, then I
Kibirli
have
bu.
and if you are interested...
And you wouldn't buy any...
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly.
How come almost nobody...
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection. There, everyone knows my name.
Aa, bizim çete burada.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Do you have news? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more sense. He made an amateur's mistake. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein.
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of.
I have my... From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that...
It depends.
A little... I expect we can agree that Jobst... And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to show...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, but we'll be waiting in the military camp.
When Sigismund sees that,
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves.
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to hunt. For the plan to work, we need allies. Their money. We just need negotiators who...
Are you saying you set everything in...
More like in Paris. If we find support and make it look like the whole...
Why are you doing...
Because I want to put a stop to the and also because I'm happier with Wentz. You're certainly not the first.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. If you can get those 3. Meanwhile...
What if it doesn't...
I refuse to even consider that outcome.
Why?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar. There aren't many...
Tell me a bit more.
Certainly.
Bocek.
That's just the thing. He's got massive... He doesn't play the big game. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made... He still is. The only one who... Only he's here, instead of cozying up with... But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guild.
Anna of...
Wenzel Bartosz.
I was quite surprised to see her.
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an but don't trust appearances.
And what use can she be to us?
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to... They're a wicked tongue, and that it was...
I'll get on it.
I wish I...
Success.
Şimdi şunlarla konuşmadan bir oyunu kaydet.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek?
Not even
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they...
Ha! Even better. But you want...
And you might not believe your...
Well.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for...
I want to have a word with...
Well, I'm having... For interrupting our conversation?
Is that your...
Unfortunately.
I came with a delegation.
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was nothing but... I got him a place at the Archbishopric.
Babamız mı lan bu?
Sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long. And then I find out but he took his boozing and whoring along with him.
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have...
You have the impertinence to show me your face?
You're exaggerating.
Me? You're a horse wandering around.
Oh, actually, but maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime.
You're dishonoring...
I can't dishonor someone who has no...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy. This isn't how...
Kardeşi mi bu?
For us, we'll just settle a very private... Enough! That will do!
Ne oldu lan?
My God, Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
I was in a... And you ought to know...
Aye.
So Father, only he'll know...
I thought he would...
When I was 6 years, he wouldn't talk to me for...
The first time he took me...
Only... Look, I really... But now...
And that's what...
I've got to get...
Aren't we all on the same...
Maybe everyone's saying that.
Actually, I don't think you should even attempt...
What else can I...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me.
All right, then. It's an...
Only no one...
Older's...
I expect... Leave Alder to...
I don't know how to...
You can drag me...
Tamam şimdi. Bir yalakta yıkanak.
It's quite unusual to see him cornered like this.
I'll bet my last groschen he's setting the stage for his final performance.
Nerede bu
Mind
hanımefendi?
where you're going.
Dur lan. Vardı mı bunlar? Pardon birader. Pardon biraderim. Aşağısı diyor.
How big a place? Big enough for that bastard Istvan to raise a small...
Nerede oğlum bu karı?
A jug of wine, thanks.
Back then, now we're allies.
Allies?
Sir Bojack, I need to speak.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and some Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar.
On the contrary.
Does that improve?
A few thousand only in order to get...
You've got my...
How can I...
I need guarantees of security.
Of course.
You can talk. I have a lot of property. I can't risk it.
So you need guarantee...
My guarantee. If I succeeded...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable...
Perhaps someone of...
I believe Licht...
And an uncertain party. Besides...
I'd be honored to oblige.
Forget about it. Even if by...
How about...
He's a young...
He may... He's got battle experience.
If he gets it. On the other hand, maybe...
So...
You're selling the skin first.
And what?
I don't care if he agrees. The kingdom...
Japon'un başını yaktık lan.
Sir Hanush,
You do?
I've gained us...
And who is it? I hope it's...
On the contrary.
Kunstad? How the hell did...
Well...
You sure?
He's got a...
Stop beating up.
Lord Kunstad has a need...
Hands cape on. Godwin, you can...
Oh, fuck.
So young.
Niece.
If you're... I'll make sure that you...
Or you could make me...
Forget it. Not a word to Hans.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Hallettik lan bunu da. Ama Japon'un başı yandı. Vallahi yandı.
Sir Bojack.
So Hanush agrees.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough format.
Cheers to...
Here's to a...
Güzel. Ama Japon boku yedi, artık karı kız yok.
Sir Kunz...
You're Godwin.
Oh dear.
Have no fear.
Will you support my...
That depends on what it is.
Do you think we should...
I came here for... If Yobs... Why wouldn't I?
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here.
To a rope. And I care...
So it's not true what...
Vile slut.
What do you think of...
Or nothing.
He said he was in...
Aye.
So you don't...
And isn't it natural? They live in our city. God be with you.
Bizim peder. Bakma öyle.
Your Grace.
Certainly.
Godwin. I came...
Ah, now I remember.
Lord Liechtenstein. But if you'll allow me...
Indeed.
Your plan. Sigismund... You want to wait?
You amuse... I know you mean...
I'd reason...
Do you realize how much...
And if a way could...
Before that happened...
Do you still...
That's... Some are persuaded by...
And if none of that...
Such cases usually...
John of...
That was the...
Yes,
he is.
Although...
He's still... But he is...
But...
True. And by doing... From the entire... Not that I'm... The king keeps it...
But if...
We don't need to...
I wasn't...
Really? Half of Kuttenberg, the rabbi, and that Sigismund...
So they not...
What's more...
Sir.
Nor I, until now. And I used to be until the king...
Are you...
I haven't quite decided, but if our...
Do you think...
I doubt it. And he knows that... We... More than you... So I reckon...
Sir.
Even so...
No.
There's no point...
It was a...
Likewise.
God bless, good sir.
God bless.
I've got some good news.
The bad news is there's hardly any... There's some old bats, so at least...
You're going to get married.
Is she at least? You're really about now. Enough nonsense.
To your health.
Gül sen gül. Sen gül oğlum, evleniyorsun.
Everything.
I can't wait for it.
I reckon.
Oh, pretty pit. We will leave us anyway.
Would you?
What can I? It was
Surely.
There are many.
Falan filan.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like.
God be with you.
Your diplomat.
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps.
To muster an army that Margaret...
Christ.
I should say so. Although...
How do you know Liechtenstein?
I know most of the people, but they wouldn't. While it seems...
I'd say you have a better...
Not only for people...
Then you...
So?
Nothing more than...
Nothing more.
You manage...
I've managed quite... If you want me...
Do you have something in...
Well... One of...
Who's that?
Harmon Al... Now... If you were to switch these papers for the...
And these
My relatives somehow dug...
You were dealing with...
They were not the enemy.
Have you...
No. Their discipline, the fact...
I'm supposed...
Harmon... He hasn't...
And the paper...
Just insig...
All right, I'll...
Aldo will bring them to me. But watch yourself.
Ya. Hep katakulli, hep katakulli.
Mind where you're going.
Pardon biraderim, pardon. Neredeyim lan ben? Burada değil mi ya? Hey be.
What's that? What brings you here? My goodness, friend.
Aren't you a bit...
What's your problem?
God forbid.
Not really.
Shall we...
Well, I'll wait at the table.
Nerede lan? Nerede oğlum? Hoppa. Sen bekle oğlum. Madam.
I've got those papers from...
Quiet!
Late, here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could I...
And to the...
Güzel.
Gentlemen.
Is this...
Like I said. Tell me.
I bring nothing from the house of...
Both of them.
This is good.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Hadi geçmiş olsun. Henry'den ayrı gidersen olacağı bu. Japon. Jitka güzel miymiş lan, bir baksa mıydık? Bakacağım internetten, dur. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Jitka. Ha? Bu mu lan? Haydi. Eğer bulduğum doğruysa yaşlı bir kadın boku yedi.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Ulan papaz, yaktın Japon'u. Japon mutsuz, camdan bakıyor. Burası önemli. Sigismund'u gördük en sonunda. Şapkayı çıkarmışız, tanıyacak oğlum adam bizi.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence,
Osmanlı mı la bu herif?
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council
Bir bardak verdik
is a
Allah'tan ya.
farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargents, your insolence just cost you your place on the council and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results?
No.
None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy.
Ne oldu lan?
Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single
Bunların hepsini
word,
burada
you
öldürürüm
would have
aslında
put
ben
the
de.
nobility in their place and the
Kılıcım
country
yok.
would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odoric, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but
Tamam,
what do you know of them?
kralım.
We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very easy. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt.
Seni öldüreceğim.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh.
Hayda.
Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together.
Lan bizim adamları yolda
Once we get
suikast
Odorin, we can
düzenlemesinler.
handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to
Zıkkım
raise
iç.
this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see.
You are right. And you, boy, will you drink with us?
I am...
As you wish.
Etseydik keşke lan ama belki de o zaman şey yapacaktı.
Knights in full armor. And I will clear my name.
You fuck a bit.
I will charge the enemy with cavalry.
Yet another impoverished nobleman.
I'd like to drink a toast.
So
touching, calm.
I never have.
True.
Oh,
maybe once.
See now. Only, fuck, well,
His lord...
I had my left.
You can... I don't...
Ne şarap oğlum ya.
I couldn't resist it either.
Oh putain.
How'd you like her wine?
The art of winemaking recipes. I might even the king
I expect...
best this wine would.
Thought something more likely. I myself got a bad feeling. I forgot something.
You can drink and stuff your craw anywhere, even at home.
Aşağıya nereden iniyor reis? Çok fazla insan var burada.
Having a good time? Well, what do you miss? Don't you?
Aye. Leave it. No, they wouldn't have...
Well, let's have it for God. 10.
Tamam pes et, pes et, pes et. Gerek yok oyuna.
Looking too happy at the moment.
How come you're all but you know, I explain. I'm too nothing to. It's the
I'd...
what?
Deal with it.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Bence mutfaktan bulacağız şarabı.
All needed in the morning.
Sorry.
From cleaning.
I need help. I mean the ones with the...
And you're one of those.
I should say...
Anyway, I try asking my mom. She's the cook.
I've come to
Really?
Well...
Do you play die?
You mean...
You strip if you like.
I'll give...
Not up. Look, if you...
Ne diyorsun kızım, ben yaşlıyım ya. Kırmızıydı.
The red'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rudart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old
Açmayın
fox.
oğlum, açmayın.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty. Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Haydi.
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
I'm gonna bash your face.
Jesus!
Yes!
Come on! Now you mind, you bastard!
You see that coming? Fucking hell!
Öl lan artık.
Step back! Stand your ground! Show what
Fuck that!
You let it up nicely.
Drive those horsemen out! Yes!
oluyor lan? Henry mi geliyor? Henry geliyor.
Quick!
You've led him on nicely.
Whoa! Whoa!
Good.
Dur bakayım. Dur lan bir kılıcımı çekeyim. Dur ağzına sıçacağım senin dur.
Show you.
You horse!
Ağzına sokarım öyle köpek. İyi misiniz gençler?
That was a little too close. Did my eyes deceive me?
Godwin,
How? Damn. I can't tell you.
is everyone all right?
Well, some are. They captured Oder and Kunstad and Roots. They wanted to slay the rest.
What about my father?
They left with Jobs long before that. But
Where did they go?
they've got to raise an army for us.
So we have a plan to counter Sig.
More of a promise. But, as you can see, our ally... I'll gladly... Be so kind. And
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't. You were simply in the
Ah
wrong
be.
place at the... And they almost killed my... But only almost.
O kadın ölmüş.
What do you mean?
I got there in time to help him. Christopher tried to defend our father. But... Old grievances aside, Oderin... Oh, they all have their quirks. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but
You knew he was coming.
he wanted Oderin. He probably had no idea.
I bet he couldn't believe it. And Sigismund will be... We have to be really careful now.
Is there anything?
Definitely not. We'll treat the wounded, then we'll hide in the devil's... If I...
The king announced one more thing, that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's... The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky. Maybe Samuel will figure...
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. Anyway, we've got work. Give me a moment.
İşler
Guard the
karıştı.
walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know.
Ne yapıyorsun lan Japon iyi misin?
Good to see you both.
Oh, come on. They could well have killed us. If it hadn't been for you, Henry...
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have said...
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Waldstein, and many...
And they captured our close... Without them, we can hardly get the burghers up.
We'll figure out a way...
But how?
Get a grip.
You're right. Nevertheless...
Actually, at Sigismund's council...
Gods, we need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay... Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi... Jobs finds out about this.
Evleniyormuşsun Japon öyle duydum. Ulan burada şenlik vardı az önce be.
But I still...
Sam, I need to have a...
Just tell him.
What did he talk about?
We talked about your stepfather.
Why? Neither of you...
It's true, I did not. But I tried. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the master... Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What?
Babamın
Her
oğlu.
son?
Nasıl yani?
How the... Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same.
When I was born, he was already long. Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your God, you know, all my life I thought if I did not. Now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people.
The king has a...
He's no king to me. He's a
What's a...
That is hard.
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. And all that...
This is what we need to... Will you come?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not wait.
Thank God you're all right.
Kubienka? What brings...
Well, I heard you were having some... And I see, instead of that, you...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do... Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course,
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you...
All right. But could you please tell me what the
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming to...
Of course. But I'm not.
All right then.
Evet arkadaşlar. 2,5 saat olmuş. Burada bitirelim. Bir sonraki bölüm kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Videoyu beğenmeyi ve kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Görüşürüz. Bay bay.